Hi, Precious Heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. During the December solstice in 2021, lightworkers around the world permanently sealed the results of a 40-day purging process that dismantled and transmuted into light the obsolete paradigms for the social structures that have caused humanity so much pain and suffering over eons of time. The beings of light have now confirmed that the matrices for those grossly mutated social structures are no longer viable. This means that there is no longer a foundational structure that is vibrating at a discordant frequency necessary to sustain those obsolete paradigms. Our Father, Mother God have affirmed that Mother Earth and all life evolving upon her have now ascended into a frequency of vibration that transcends any possibility of recreating matrices that can sustain those horrific patterns ever again. This sealing was accomplished through a powerful activity of light that was given to humanity by our Father, Mother God in the company of heaven. Lightworkers around the world have been empowering this activity of light day by day with every elevated holy breath we take. Now, today, the company of heaven will join us once again as we take this awe-inspiring infusion of our Father, Mother God's light to the next level. This is an essential part of humanity's preparation for the miracles that we are being called to co-create in 2022. If you have the heart call to weave your magnificent light into this facet of the divine plan for the new year, please join with me and lightworkers around the world now. And we begin. As we go within to the divinity of our heart flame, our Father, Mother God, breathe through our newly elevated holy breath new frequencies of their comprehensive divine love. With every in-breath and every out-breath, this divine love is expanding the newly created fluid field of unmanifest divine potential upon which awakening humanity will co-create new heart-based paradigms and social structures in 2022. These patterns will tangibly reflect into the world of form the perfection of the fifth dimensional new earth. Now, as this process intensifies within every man, woman, and child, breath by breath, our I Am presence reminds us once again of what God's comprehensive divine love is in relation to our very existence. Comprehensive divine love is the frequency of our Father, Mother God's love that pulsates from the very core of creation, forming the divine matrix of our God Parents' all-encompassing body, within which exists all that is. This frequency of love is the mightiest force in the universe, and it is the very foundation of every single facet of life existing throughout the cosmos. God's comprehensive divine love is eternal and cannot be destroyed or diminished. Whenever this divine love is expressed, it enhances and alters the very fabric and texture of God's divine matrix. Every expression of this divine love, from all time frames and dimensions, still exists. This is true whether that love was expressed today or billions of years ago. Now, with every holy breath we take, humanity is infusing the earth and all her life with higher frequencies of God's comprehensive divine love than we have ever experienced. This influx of our Father, Mother God's love is creating a literal baptism by sacred fire that is accelerating the divine alchemy that is transfiguring humanity, the earth, and all her life into tangible manifestations of the fifth dimensional, crystalline, new earth. This intensified activity of comprehensive divine love is now permeating every particle of life on earth as it is projected on the holy breath through every person's heart flame by his or her I am presence. This frequency of divine love is now awakening to a higher level within every person's 12 fifth dimensional crystalline solar strands of DNA, the biogenetic codes that reflect the immaculate concept of our full divine potential as fifth dimensional sons and daughters of God. The awakening of the biogenetic codes in our fifth dimensional DNA will greatly assist the masses of humanity to now know that we are not our fragmented, fear-based human egos. We are beloved sons and daughters of God, and all that our Father, Mother God have is ours. We will now remember that our destiny is not to suffer within the painful human miscreations of separation and duality. Our destiny is to co-create new paradigms and social structures where unity consciousness, oneness, and reverence for all life are the order of the new day, and God's comprehensive divine love is all there is. Now, as we gently assimilate this higher activation of our biogenetic codes, our Father, Mother God remind us of what we knew about their awesome love prior to our fall from grace. Our Father, Mother God's comprehensive divine love contains the fullness of all existing things, and it is the foundation from which all physical manifestations are brought into form. This love is the vibration from which we were born out of the heart of God, and the vibration through which we must now evolve and ascend back into the heart of God. Within the infinite power of this love, there is no pain or sorrow, no lack or limitation. This love contains within its essence the full potential to transcend all human conditions, all self-inflicted suffering, all manner of chaos, confusion, hopelessness, and despair. Our Father, Mother God's comprehensive divine love heals the illusion of separation. It rejuvenates, revitalizes, and makes whole all it embraces. It is the single greatest source of forgiveness, and it reverberates with the full gathered momentum of our eternal freedom in the light. This love is the indivisible, unchanging ecstasy that allows us to know love in all things. As our Father, Mother, God now anoint humanity with the eternal light of comprehensive divine love, the sons and daughters of God reclaim our divine birthright as co-creators of heaven on earth. Now that the obsolete paradigms from the past have been permanently dismantled, and our I Am presence has awakened the biogenetic codes in our fifth dimensional DNA, this wondrous love will pulsate within the silent rhythm of every heartbeat, with every holy breath we take. On this sacred and holy day, our godparents are intensifying the force field of their comprehensive divine love. This is creating the space for our I Am presence to recalibrate our nervous system to withstand the highest possible frequencies of God's infinite light as we co-create the patterns of perfection for the new earth in 2022. Day by day, this force field of comprehensive divine love will form a tremendous pulsation and magnetic pull through our heart flame that will help to awaken the masses of humanity. With every breath, the all-encompassing power of this love will pierce into the sleeping spiritual centers of every man, woman, and child, and accelerate the awakening of each one. When we agree to become a magnetic force of God's comprehensive divine love, we draw to ourselves the loving support we need from those who are aligned with and will assist us with our divine missions. This occurs not because of allegiance to a particular personality, but because of the affinity of our soul's light with the spiritual essence of the particular facet of the divine plan we are being called to fulfill. As we expand our service to life, we must reach up into higher and higher frequencies of unity consciousness and tap into the sacred knowledge and wisdom that will teach us how to effectively utilize these new frequencies of our Father, Mother, God's comprehensive divine love as we co-create greater expressions of the new earth in 2022. As humanity assimilates this higher frequency of God's comprehensive divine love, we are becoming conscious, empowered, and self-generating centers of this love. We now know that in collaboration with the company of heaven, we have dismantled the shackles of limitation and the shadows that have enshrouded the souls of humanity for eons of time. Our precious planet Earth is now ascending into the light unimpeded, and there is no turning back. And so it is. Beloved, I am that I am. God bless you, dear heart. I wish you a glorious and a God-victorious 2022. I look forward to being with you next week.